Hello everybody and welcome back to yet again another episode on the Bonsaicraft server. I am your host, Coral Bonsai. I'm so excited to be here with you guys today. This is an interesting episode as I'm in the process of working on another tower. You can see behind me I've started our third tower. Had to remember how many towers we built so far. But before I tell you about that, funny thing, this video was actually supposed to just be a video where I can talk to you guys as I placed in some dirt because I realized we need to expand massively. We do not have enough room for all the stuff that I wanted to do. But my shovel is broken and it's at that stage where I don't really have the materials to replace it. So I figured I would make a nice way of leveling up by creating a monster spawner. That is what this tower is in front of us. So it is fitting nicely inside a 16 by 16 area. And for those of you who don't know, the way it works is you build a tube and then you build platforms at the top of the tube, and that is where all of the mobs spawn. And they fall down the tube into a little chamber where you can kill them or gather their supplies. Since I'm using this for XP and loot, I have it set up 20 blocks up in the air so they will fall down, and then you'll only have to hit them a couple of times for them to die. I know that a 16 by 16 platform isn't that big, especially since the way I'm going to build this, it's going to divide it into 4 platforms. So there's going to be 36 block platform for them to spawn on in each corner. However, I've already kind of tested this in a testing world, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to layer it so there are multiple layers for them to spawn on. Thus, when you are here AFKing, it will actually be making a ton of mobs to fall down for you to kill. But since this episode is going to have a lot in it, I honestly might make this episode devoted to simply building the spawner itself and then worry about decorating it later on. So I'm going to get off to building this thing and actually getting it to take more shape than just outlining where it needs to go. I'll catch you guys when I've made more progress, and I'm really hoping that you guys enjoy this episode because I think I'm really going to enjoy making this episode. Alrighty guys, so the spawner is starting to take some pretty good shape. It's going to be a pretty tall building, but that's okay. I'm okay with having multiple story buildings. I figured right now would be a really good time to showcase it because you can see it quite nicely. So the little field that we built a while ago over here, which, you know, it's kind of become obsolete as now we have an actual tower dedicated to food. I managed to find a fox the other day over wandering around in that village. So I figured out how to put a lead on it, which was rather difficult as I had to capture it in a boat and then put the lead on it. And I brought it back and I actually put it inside of our little garden. And I kind of knew they did it, but I didn't realize how efficiently they do it. But foxes will actually eat berries off from bushes, and it's a pretty cool thing to see as they do it really efficiently, and they only eat one of the berries, which means there's one dropped on the ground. So they make for great little harvesters without having to do anything. But aside from that, the actual spawner, as you can see, we have 2 of the platforms already built. The only thing we are missing is the actual tube that the mobs will fall down. And then we need to put in the water and some trapdoors. So in order to do that, I first need to grab some blocks. We'll use these for right now as kind of placeholders. And we need to come up here. This is going to take a while. We need to come up here and we need to block these off. I just realized I should have brought an extra block. Oh, I just realized it looks like we have a mob spawned inside of that, so we'll have to deal with that. Hopefully that doesn't mean that our penthouse is too dark. Unfortunately, I think it does. Okay, so we got blocks placed there. Actually, why don't I just do this? We'll place a block right there. See if we can pick that up. And then come over here, do the same thing. We're going to do this on all 4 sides. This design for a mob spawner, just so everyone is aware, is not the only design that I want to do. I eventually plan on, oh, I missed it. I eventually plan on building a different style spawner. One that requires redstone, and I don't have enough resources to do it quite yet, which is why I haven't done it. But either way, we'll work with what we got here. So we take water. I just realized this is probably gonna screw this up, so maybe we're gonna wait and do this later. We'll find out. But you place it right there. Oh, okay, it's not gonna screw it up. And then it flows towards the center, and we'll take some signposts or something to stop it right here so it can't go any farther. But as you can see, the water is pushing me towards this central area. And then by placing trapdoors on all these sides, the mobs will think that they can walk across them, but if we leave them open, they'll actually walk across, fall down, and where there's water, they will fall down and get pushed into the center, and that will hopefully lead to them actually falling and dying. Well, not dying, but coming close enough to where we can kill them by simply punching them. So I'm gonna get off to finish building this, and I'll catch you guys back when I hopefully have the tube done and I have all the water in place, and I'll start on making the trapdoors. Oh, wow, I'm just realizing how long this build is gonna take. It's not even like resource, like it's not gonna take a lot of resources. It's mainly just these blocks, polished granite and wood, but it's gonna take forever. Alright, well, with that being said, back to feeling chipper. Here we go, guys. We got this going on. I'm gonna catch you guys back when I've got all the stuff in place, when things are starting to look more like it's a real spawner. Hopefully I'll even get it running in today's episode. I'm definitely gonna have to come down here and get back to mining. Which, speaking of which, I want to showcase this real quick before I end this little clip. I built this. It is a minecart system that'll take you all the way down to the bottom if you ride in this cart. And right next to it, I plan on putting a track to be a hopper cart. So that way you can put stuff in it right here, click a button, and send the cart all the way up to the top. And you don't have to worry about bringing your resources back and forth, because my plan is to put chests at the top hooked to a hopper underneath the minecart, so it'll pull it out and put it all up into there, and you can leave all of your unwanted stuff in here and put all of your wanted stuff up top. But until then, I gotta get off to mining more of this stuff. Then I gotta mine some wood. Alright guys, we got our work cut out for us, but I bet we can do it in this episode. I have faith. Until then though, I'll see you guys in the next cut. Alrighty guys, welcome back. So, we have officially built the spawner. As you can see, well, I say officially, we've gotten 2 of the levels working and fully closed off. I went AFK last night for a little bit to see if this thing actually worked. There was actually a lot of mobs that were spawning down here in this little area. However, since I can also get into this, I've discovered they can see me when I'm standing here. So we're gonna have to figure out what to do about the little killing chamber here. I'm thinking about knocking out these 2 blocks and these 2, and then seeing what happens if we stand there, if they can still get to us or not. However, that being said, I don't know if you guys can really hear it because I have my game volume turned down. But can you hear that in there? All those mobs that are in there. So yeah, I think what I'm gonna do though is I'm gonna open this back up, which means it's gonna quit working, but it also means we can start adding on to this and building up the next level and the next level and see what happens after we have 4 of these levels going. It's gonna make for a really tall building, but I think it'll be worth it in the end because this is gonna be an awesome XP grinder. Like, I know my little bar down in the bottom doesn't say much about my XP. It should say that I had 22 levels, which some of that was from AFK fishing, and like 3 or 4 of them were from this alone. But I kinda accidentally died to an Enderman just a couple minutes before recording this. So we are going to get off to opening this back up. Ooh, and as you can see, there's quite a few mobs in there actually. And then we're gonna see what happens when we add in a whole nother layer to this. So I'm gonna get working on that. Oh, hopefully I do not die in the process. If I do, rip me. But until then, I'll see you guys when I get this opened back up and can actually start working on it again. Alrighty guys, so I figured I'd use this time to talk to you guys for a little bit as I have to actually gather up some wood in order to finish this thing up. And then once I get this all gathered, I think I'm going to take some time to actually show you guys what each layer of this spawner looks like. So if you guys want to try to build it, you can. It's actually not that hard. It's not even really that like resource intensive. It just takes a while to gather all the stuff. But yeah, I gotta gather up some wood because I need to make a lot of trapdoors. Like, I think I did the math right, and it's 48 trapdoors per level of spawning platforms, at least for mine, because it's smaller. This is kind of a compact design for this, so if you build one, it might take more. Either way though, I'm happy to say that we now have all 4 platforms put into place. It's just a matter of putting the final touches on things, and then we got to button it all up and make sure it actually works. I'm hoping that I have everything working correctly and I didn't screw anything up. If I did, we should actually get a lot of mob spawns from this. Yeah, so as you can see, it's right there. It's towering up into the sky kind of high. I thought that the cobblestone corners was a big build when I got that all done. And then I built the gardens, and I realized how tall that building was and how small the cobblestone corners really was. And it seems like with each build, they're getting a little bit bigger. And you know, that's fine with me because I'm excited to see just how massive I can build these things up. Like, I'm so excited to see this city expanding and getting taller and taller every day. I don't know why there's a block right there. I need to go get my pickaxe before I forget that's there. However, I am so excited to see this city growing and to see it just becoming infinitely larger with each build and each project we do. And I really hope that you guys are liking it too. And it's been really fun doing this with you, getting to show it to you guys. Now you guys get to laugh at me as I'm filming this, as I'm doing it, and have zero ideas what the recipe is for this. Actually, I'm just going to craft all of these. I'm probably going to use them. So anyways, I hope that you guys enjoy. I hope you guys are enjoying the series and everything we've got going on. I just crafted more doors than I meant to, but you know, that's alright. I think we've got 2 levels to actually put these on. once I get up here, I'll show you guys what each level of this looks like. It's actually not hard at all to build. Alright, so here we have one level, right? And you can probably see from down below. All we have to do is take these trapdoors and place them in the right spots. Take them and put them on top of each one of these blocks. And then once we get those in place, I like to leave them open while I have this process going on of going across here. Just makes life a little bit easier. I want to place these real quick before I try and speak again. My ability to speak is not always the greatest. I just want to give you guys a thank you for putting up with me and my stupidity as I try to speak and find out real quick that when I'm recording and I'm a little bit nervous, I can't form words very well. Okay, so anyways, these trapdoors here, as you can see, I can walk right across them. But trapdoors also count as a transparent block. Because of that, when you come through here and you close them up, that's an issue. Yeah, that's an issue, guys. So those trapdoors did not get placed how they were supposed to. They're supposed to all be on here, because now when the mobs walk across them, they will be under the impression that they can actually go across these trapdoors, despite the fact that they can't actually go across them because there's no real block there for them to walk on. Yeah, this is going to be an issue. So, one thing that I just found out, apparently if you crouch down and place a trapdoor, it places it on the trapdoor that you put it on, and that's a no bueno. So now we're gonna have to dig down here, come in here so we can pick all these doors up. Oh, there's one all the way down there. Oh, it's getting left there. Alright, so where was I? Yeah, so these doors, when I close them like this, tricks the mobs into thinking that they can walk across these blocks. And that's what actually allows them to fall down. So part of this build is pure luck that they walk across these blocks to get to the other side. But I mean, even if they don't, it still works pretty efficiently. But yeah, that's one level, guys. I gotta go cut down more wood. I gotta make more trapdoors so I can put them on. Oops. So I can put them over on. God, I did it again. Wow. Can you guys tell I don't know how to operate scaffolding? Alright. So I gotta put them on this level. Gotta finish building the little roof for this section, and I gotta button it up. I don't quite know what blocks I'm going to use to button everything up with. Right now I've just been using the same block, which is fine, but the overall build, I need to find a different aesthetic for it because I don't want it to just be a massive granite structure. So yeah, we'll have to figure that one out as we get going. But for now, I'm going to get back to gathering more wood. I hope you guys enjoyed this little talk that we had. And I'll catch you guys when it gets all done and I actually have this thing back up and running again. Alrighty guys, so that's that. It is now officially all buttoned up. Our monster spawner is for the most part done. I still need to make sure everything is running, everything is working, but hopefully it is, and hopefully we'll start to see some monsters spawning in there and falling down into here where we can just tap them away, and then we got to figure out what we want to do with this outside. So I had an idea. I don't know if I want to do it. I might try it first. I kind of like the looks of this gray and red, but I don't necessarily think that I want to do an entirely granite and what is this, andesite build. Yeah, so what I was thinking though is that I really liked how the stained glass looked, especially with this shader pack. So maybe if I can find the resources to do it, I was thinking it'd look kind of cool if we did something using red stained glass and polished andesite in between. Except instead of doing vertical rows like this, excuse me if I totally just said that wrong and these are actually horizontal, but I'm pretty sure they're vertical. Okay, so instead of doing vertical rows like that, I thought it'd be kind of cool to do horizontal rows and have a layer of glass, a layer of stone, a layer of glass, stone, all the way up. Especially since this building is, for the most part, going to be nothing but this. Like, I don't think I'm going to put anything else in this build. So I guess let me know if you think that sounds like a cool idea. Well, I guess I say that, but I don't actually know where we're at on time. We might actually be able to start working on it in today's episode. So I guess if we don't get it done in today's episode, however, let me know down in the comments what you guys think of that idea. I might actually look and see what I have for that. So let's make 3 things of red dye. And then let's grab some glass. So, here. We got 32 of these. Gotta pick up these torches real quick. They're in my way. Alright, so 32 panes. That should be enough to do half of the building. Ooh, we might want to double layer these. But I do like this red. Let's see what it looks like if we come over here. We do a double layer. Yeah, I like that, guys. Alright, so I'm definitely thinking we may need to do that for this build. Having something like this, having a layers of glass. I don't know, I guess we'll have to think about it. We'll see what we're doing on time. We'll maybe spend some time seeing if this spawner works and then deal with the exterior in a little bit. I also just realized before I make a cut that I placed all this and I don't have silk touch. So yep. Well, hopefully I like it, because if not, it's staying for a while. Alright, guys. I'm going to make a cut and see if this farm's actually working. I'll catch you guys in a little bit when I figure out if it is or isn't. Alrighty, guys. So here we are. We're back. We're at the little spawner. I built myself a little shelter. Oh, it is nighttime, isn't it? Alright, so we'll close this back up so I don't die when I'm doing this. As you can see, though, in front of us, there are some zombies and skeletons in here. There's not many in here, but I've only been gone, well, yeah, gone AFK away from my computer for about 20-ish minutes while I took a quick shower. I just wanted to see if this thing worked, so I stayed here for that. I don't know how long I was actually AFK, though, because apparently Minecraft kicks you for being idle too long. Even though, like, assuming the fact I was actually online for a good portion of that time, I was only gone for 20 minutes max. But we got it running, so let's kill these guys. Oh, there's people just, like, popping up in here. Alright, so as you can see, I'm going to need to put in some hoppers to pick up all the stuff that just got dropped. But even with those few guys that were right there, took us all of like 3 or 4 hits to kill them and jumped us up 2 levels. So I'd say that is a job well done on the spawner. So that being said, I'm gonna go put this footage into the video, see what that puts us at for time, and then go from there. But honestly, I would be more than fine with calling it good here for an episode, because like we got a lot done today. This thing's pretty awesome. I'm glad we got this. Alright though, I'm gonna stop rambling on and go check and see what we're at for time, and let you know what I decide when I get done. Alrighty guys, so after looking at the footage, it would appear that we are out of time for today. We actually went over by a little bit, but hopefully you guys enjoy the episode. It was very fun creating it. I'm really glad we got done what we got done. Look at this massive thing behind us. It's huge. Like, it towers over our other builds, but I'm so happy to have it done, and I hope you guys are too. But for now, this is Coral Bonsai signing off, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.